And Bricc Baby done got into it. Well, he ain't get into it. I heard his own guys that he riding for them told on him. Let's see what they talking about. Let's get into it.
Streets is cold, bruh. The streets is not for the weak, homie.
They
Now,
show
it's been
ain't, never
confirmed,
will be.
right? A Rolling 60 Crip from an organization that Bricc Baby has essentially given his life to. Hold on, Bricc Baby. I'm not a gang member. I'm a
Your
civilian.
own
So
guys
maybe
telling
it's
on
not
you.
my place to speak on this, but I feel
Sad.
like I kind of have to because loyalty means something. And the fact that Bricc Baby gave his entire life to a
Obviously, it
particular
don't mean nothing to
organization,
the
and the
person
fact
that
that
told on him.
somebody from that organization would do him this dirty, would do him this bad. And I'll even go further to say, yo, they're part of the reason this entire Fed case is even on Bricc Baby. Back in 2022, Bricc Baby was going by his day conducting some business. Now, while conducting business, some trouble found him. Now, it's believed that Bricc Baby was conducting business within the 60s, right? Or within an adjacent neighborhood, somewhere he felt safe at. When he was conducting business there, two men approached Bricc Baby. Now, it's unclear what the conflict was about or why those two men approached Bricc Baby, but apparently those two men was familiar with Bricc Baby. There
Yeah,
was
to
some
approach him.
rapport there. You can probably make your assumption. Who would Bricc Baby be familiar with that would approach him with conflict within 60s territory? If you look at the
His
court
own
documents,
guys.
this incident in July of 2022 was mentioned several times in Bricc Baby court documents. Now, the document says defendant is now charged with multiple counts of possessing firearms and ammunitions, all in violation of 18 USC. The first charge stems from defendant shooting three bullets in a business parking lot in July of 2022 to ward off would-be robbers. Now,
Well, that's just
this
crazy.
is tricky wording, right? Because Bricc Baby was never charged with the actual shooting. Bricc was never charged with shooting somebody. However, what the feds said was, listen, we found ammunition that belongs to that gun that Bricc Baby fired in the business parking lot in July of 2022. Well, then you have to ask yourself, hold on, how did the feds have record of this? Bricc was never charged for this, never arrested for this. How did the feds know that Bricc Baby fired a firearm in a business parking lot within the 60s?
Yeah, somebody
How
told.
did they know this? Like, he was never arrested, police were never called, like there was no record of this. The only
Somebody
people who
told
had
on
record
him.
of this was Bricc Baby and others around Bricc Baby. Well, we'll get to how the feds know about this shortly after, right? So then the feds go on and talk about his other charges. The second charge involves all the firearms and ammunition found at his home in June of 2023. Both of these charges followed five felony convictions from 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, and 2020. Goddamn. Respectfully, while the pretrial services
Damn,
report
all them
includes a
charges.
long criminal history with
Damn, Bricc
out-of-state
Baby.
convictions. When Bricc Baby went for bond, the feds said, yo,
Like
he
every
shouldn't
two
get a
years, you
bond
got a case. Damn,
because of
man.
his violent history, and they referenced this particular instance. And the Fed says defendant's offenses: possessing multiple firearms on multiple occasions and over 125 rounds of ammunition, some of which he fired, are serious. That defendant fired at would-be robbers in a business parking lot and less than a year later was found with firearms after purportedly pointing them at his partner and child, only confirmed that the defendant should not be possessing firearms. Well, how did the feds
Oh
know
yeah, he
this
tripping.
happened? There's no record. He was never arrested for it. He was never brought in and questioned by the local police for it. How did the feds know this incident was even a thing? Well, here's
Yeah,
what
the
happened,
people
okay?
you
When
around
the
telling on you.
feds had Bricc Baby on wiretap, when they were investigating Bricc Baby, somebody approached them and gave them a tape of this shooting. Somebody had possession of this tape. Now you ask yourself, how did they get possession of the tape? They weren't there. It was Bricc Baby, two dudes. They ran off and Bricc Baby fired shots and he hopped in his whip and he left. No, this person had access to the business cameras, right? The local business owners, the mom and pop shops that were there, they had cameras. And because this was an incident that took place within the six O's, amongst six O's, A 6-0 had access to those cameras. A 6-0 got that tape. A 6-0 held that tape in their possession. And a 6-0 told Bricc, hey, I got this tape. Now, if you know anything about the situation or you were even connected to it, you know Bricc Baby was kind of concerned
Yeah, if your own
that
guys telling
somebody
on
was
you.
telling on him. He just always felt it. Like he always felt like, man, bro, like I'm loyal to certain niggas, man, but it don't feel like they loyal to me. And like he kind of went from being around certain people and said, nah, man, F it, bro. I'm by myself now. Man, bro, like they flawed. And the reason why Bricc Baby kind of broke off a lot of relationships prior to his arrest, because he turned him in. They told him. They gave the tape to the feds of him firing that firearm. But luckily for Bricc Baby, the feds never charged him with firing the firearm. They charged him with being a felon in possession of a firearm. And when they raided his crib, which by the way, they raided his crib and they found ammunition that they're tying to that shooting, as you just read. Now, if you listen to Bricc Baby's first jail call, before I knew this story, like that first jail call was always cryptic to me. I never quite understood it. But that first jail call, if you listen to it, Bricc Baby lays it all out. He tells a
Let's see.
story of betrayal. He tells a story of being the only real one in a sea of fakes. And when you re-listen back to that jail call, Bricc Baby first made on his first call from jail, it all makes sense now. They told on him, they ratted on him, they turned him in. People very close to Bricc Baby. And it's
Your
not
own
cool and it's
guys will
not
be the
right.
people. Your own people.
Hopefully, after bro sentencing, hopefully when
See, it be your own people that do it to you. I ain't gonna lie.
this entire case is finally done with and bro know how much time he's getting, we can finally unravel a lot.
All the story. No. What? Lose. I didn't. So, to a lose situation. Yeah. One of my best friends coming up on the day. All the stuff that's happened. I'm sitting back on my bunk and I'm sitting here just going through stuff. And one of my best friends and my brother got to a beat and that felt crazy, man. And my best friend still my road dog, whether he here or gone. And I ain't even had a chance to warn you publicly on the street because everybody tagged me with another man's business. You know what I mean? We have nothing to do with each other. You know what I'm saying? Me and him are, it's like you guys are closing me out to where I can't even love my brother the right way or mourn for my brother the right way. I think the world can, and they grouped up against me from the get-go. You know what I mean? Right now, I look back at all the hate on the street. The internet really didn't know till I opened them up. But as soon as I came home, it was everybody bringing to taking labels. All my homeboys in the industry, all of them. It didn't matter who it was. They was getting me out with me publicly, and they was right there. They was getting for me to come around because of my name being connected to that. I had no win. And you sit back and you watch all the hate fly from a million pairs of eyes, and they screaming, putting down. Oh yeah, they running parades at the Bricc Baby in jail. You know what I mean? These are all the same people. Gotta pay attention. I can't talk too much, but you gotta understand. This has nothing to do with what I'm going through right now. But thought it's like, how did everybody start hating? Where did you start hating Bricc, baby? Because I got a whole lot of people that love me, but where did you start hating? Because everybody got a biased opinion of the Bricc. Really, uh, I'm gonna let that. I don't want to, you know, get to the point to where the people that still represent the Marathon Foundation and the All Money In Foundation, you know what I mean? They represent Bricc. And you deal with people that hated him. Know that he died. They just grinders, meat eaters. You know what I mean? To the association and coming around just for the celebration, man. And y'all forgetting all the past shit that happened. Because
So
I
he
really
knew
believe
he was one
with
of the
that, you
guys, or
know, we're
somebody
not
was
gonna
telling
talk
on him.
about nothing in specific over this hard. Uh, Rest in peace to my boy, though. That day
It
coming
was
up
just a
is
matter
hard.
of
Every
time.
time I never celebrate this day. You gonna see people celebrating this day, pay attention. You know what I mean? Uh, Second, these people out here. This call is from a federal prison. That's over with. So I'm not even engaging in the conversation no more, right? But everybody out there is begging for the title. Everybody begging for the title, but they name never get called, right? You know what I mean? You out there, you super representing this your section, y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. I'm just trying to figure out why them niggas don't ever get called. And the real ones don't ever catch no break like you dudes that make it y'all real ones. Y'all tack on a million different extra joints a year. Just be right clear. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants the title, you know what I mean? But the name never get called, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't help it. You can't help it. That, you know what I mean?
Take that how you want to take it, but it's a break, man. This ain't right, and hopefully sooner than later. Comment section. What do you guys think about this? All right, and if you're still watching this video right here to find out how this woman just tried to
I don't know. They bogus if they told him on the break. They shy your own guys, but it be your own people. That's why you can't trust nobody. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.